I'm going to be starting a mini-series on how-to videos as widely requested on my Twitter account. I'll be recording videos showing how to make and decorate parts of your island, making it look full and aesthetically pleasing but without looking messy. Today I'll be showing something which a lot of people struggle with, which is making your villagers' yards. So to begin with, I've done this off of camera. You just want to terraform a cliff area for the villager house to sit inside of. The house is a 4x4, so you'll want the cliff to be at least 4 or 5 blocks deep and around 8 to 10 blocks long, depending on how much room you want for the garden. You want to carve it out so the house sits nicely within the shape of the cliff to give it more levels and dimensions. I also think it's nice to place a river or a pond in front of the house to kind of section it off from everything else, so it has more of a natural feel and more of a private garden away from the other houses. Once you've prepared a little area for the house, you can start to set your path down. Your path route is completely up to you and depends on what other things you have around the area. You can just do a small path up to the doorway, one stretching out along the whole garden or none at all. I've got a staircase upwards to another level, so I'm just going to make my path join from the bridge to the house and then to the staircase. Once you've done this, it's then time to start decorating the garden. It's best to consider the villager and the exterior of the house and base your furniture choices on both of them. I'm decorating Molly's house, so I picked lots of brown and natural furniture to match the outside of our house. I've put a tiny waterfall and pond next to the house as ducks are primarily water animals. Firstly, I think it's better to decorate the smaller sections you have surrounding the house, so I'm going to start off with this little bit of grass to the right of the house. As it's such a small area, I'd recommend putting natural decorations there, such as a lamppost, bits of fencing, bushes, the kind of things that you'd see on the streets or in front of houses. I'm also going to put a little duck egg on the stool right outside of our door just because that's super cute. Next to the house, in the garden, I always put down some kind of seating area first. I'm going to use a log chair for Molly with a cute sunflower pillow on it. I also always put a table or a stool next to the seat to put something on top of, like a book, mug or flower. I try to base this around the villager hobbies if I can. I always like to pop a few potted plants around as well to fill up the space without making it look cluttered. Plants are always a really good tool for filling up spaces. I also have a habit of putting clotheslines in normal type villagers' gardens, as they sometimes like to talk about how the weather's good to hang out their washing. I'd say next find a bigger piece of furniture as a main point for the garden. For example, I've gone with the cypress bathtub, and I'm going to put it up in the corner and then place an imperial partition in front of it so it looks more private. Using partitions, dividers and screens are also good for making areas look more full without actually putting too much furniture down. Then moving on from the main garden area, if you have any other little spaces, it's always nice to put trees, bushes and flowers to make the area more natural and fill up spaces easily. My favourite thing to do then, once I've got all the furniture down, is to randomly place bits of fencing around. I use the country fence and just use a few bits in front of the rivers or to section areas off slightly. Another very important thing to do is to fill up the empty area on the cliff. This can be tricky sometimes, especially if the cliff is only 1 or 2 blocks wide. Again, I find accessories to match the villager and the house, and you just want to fill up the small area with the little items. It's also a nice idea to put custom designs like leaves or flowers on the floor underneath the items. Use a few more bushes and trees if you have the space as well. Now that all of that's complete, the only thing left to do is put more custom designs on the floor. I look for the areas where there's no furniture for 2 or 3 blocks, and I just place down a leaf or flower design. This makes the space look so much empty without actually placing more furniture. When designing your village's house areas, have a play around with the terraforming around the house, move the rivers around, waterfalls, change the cliffs, maybe don't even have cliffs around it, and then just follow the tips to place all the furniture, trees and everything, and you can make a lot of different variations by using such simple tips. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this useful. This is my first how-to video and I'd love to make some more. If there's anything specific that you guys want to see how to make, like libraries, cafes or anything else, then just leave a comment telling me some ideas and I'll get on making them.